Maggie, are we girls?
Yes, Isabella, we are. Hey, do you like being a girl?
I love being a woman.
Well, welcome to another episode of the Tinted Ceilings podcast. Today, we have a really exciting, really fun episode where we're talking about the things we love about being a girl, about girlhood.
Yes, I love girlhood.
I love girls! Okay, so we've each came up with 10, 11-ish points. We're just gonna read them to each other, and we're gonna be talking about some personal experiences. So, stay tuned. It's gonna be such a fun episode today. The first one I have is bathroom compliments. Like,
Oh my gosh.
when you walk into a bathroom and
Yes.
there's this complete stranger who you don't know, you've never talked to in your life. They're like, oh my god, I love your hair. I love your outfit today. Oh, you're so pretty. And it's just like heartwarming.
That's so cute. Oh, I love that it's just such a safe space where like any woman can say anything to another woman. And it's just like, oh, that's so nice. You know? Like a
Yeah, it's like you
natural
don't know
thing.
her, but like you're bonded. You guys are bonded forever now. Your souls will never leave again because you're both girls and the bathroom at the same time, and now you're linked forever.
Like if I see her again, I would probably remember because that probably made my day.
I
I
still
love
remember
her.
one time I walked into my middle school bathroom, and I had been at that school for about 3 days, because I moved to a different city and I didn't know anyone, and I was sad and I was confused, and Isabella did not know me yet at that point. But there's some random girl, who was like, "Oh my God, I love your hoodie." Okay,
Aw.
that made my middle
Wait,
school
wait, which hoodie
experience.
was it? Now I need to know which hoodie.
Moving on, Isabella, what is your first point?
Okay, so my first point is girl nights out. Okay, this is really vague, but I just think girl friendships are just such a safe space. Like, there's so much understanding, like a different level of vulnerability that you can have with a girl best friend. And yeah, like you can be vulnerable with guys too. But girl friendships are just, they're just like something special about them that can't be replaced, you know?
It's like female friendships in general. Like, we did an episode about, we talked about this a bit in our Pick Me Girls episode, but you need to have female friends in your life, you know? Girlhood is just like an
Yeah.
irreplaceable experience. You cannot just like not have girlfriends. And like what you mentioned about going out, it's so much different at night. It's so much different when you're having like a little
That's
dinner
so
or even just like going to
true.
7-Eleven. It's just different. It's just it hits different. Even if it's just like, hey, do you want to go get Starbucks with me at 7 p.m.? Yes, girlhood.
There's just a different level of like, I think, just girl understanding there. And I've heard so many times too, and I feel like I kind of had that phase too, where I thought like girl friendships are too dramatic. But I feel like people who say that, they just haven't found the right girl yet. Like I think every girl needs to experience that. Like you need to have a close female friend. I feel like that's a
Okay,
must.
a little off topic, but I that's a point I've been wanting to say. So people are like, they expect every girl to be their best friend, and when they immediately aren't, when they don't immediately click, they're like, I'm not gonna be friends with girls anymore. But like I've seen so many people say, you need to take your friendships as seriously as your relationships, right? If you don't click with one person, that doesn't mean you're not gonna have a relationship ever. I think that's kind of what you mentioned. Is like, even if you have one girl friendship that's like dramatic and messy, whatever, you can have a relationship that's dramatic and messy too. Just break up, move on, find someone else, you know. Um, yeah, have a girl friendship, have a messy girl friendship. Because even if you're invested, if you're that invested and you're that like dramatic about it, that means you care. And like caring is girlhood too.
Caring is cute. I love caring.
Caring is cute. Second one I have is also bathroom related, I guess. It is girls saying, "Can you check me?" when they're on their period and doing a little spin, with their friends, because that's just so endearing to me. Especially like, um, it's just like the amount of trust you have to not be judged, and like the ability to be like, yeah, we both have the same experience. You know the position that I'm in. I know the position that you've been in. So we're gonna help each other out. And I just love that about girls.
That was one of mine too, actually. Like the women's washroom. It's such a female solidarity experience, you know? And also, not to mention, it's also cleaner than the male washroom, is what I've heard. So that's a good thing. And I
One
feel like,
time,
okay, like I have had it happen where I was on my period, I didn't have a pad, and then I just say, hey, anyone have a pad, right? And then someone just reaches under the stall and gives you a pad, and it's just so sweet. It melts my heart.
Yeah, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. But last year, grade 9, we were in science class, and my period started, and I had nothing. And this girl who we didn't really talk to at the time, which was like, oh my god, here's this whole bag instantly. Like, never even talked to her before this. And she's like, okay, I know you're another girl, you're going through another, you're like a struggle. Here's this giant, huge bag full of everything you're gonna need. This is one of my favorite moments. And like just the whole do you have a pad experience of being a girl. You need it. It's just like the amount of like sharing and stuff. It's crazy.
Okay,
Your turn.
my next one is just, it's kind of period related too. I just put binge on chocolates once a month. Okay, I think everybody has different cravings, but I feel like chocolate is a pretty common one when you're on a period. And I love having an excuse to eat a lot of chocolate 1 week a month,
I
you
think
know?
mine's the opposite. I don't crave like sweet things. I crave like chicken. I just really want chicken.
I think that's
Like
just you
oh,
every day. You just always crave chicken.
wait, but like on my period it's so bad. I don't know if it's chicken strips, if it's like chicken like breast, if it's just like there's like TNT like roasted chickens, or like chicken like drumsticks from like KFC, or chicken like popcorn. I just want chicken. That's like my craving.
I love Costco chicken. I feel like it's just so effective at using your cravings.
Oh my god, we need to do an episode on Costco chicken next. Oh my god, now I'm craving chicken. How? You're horrible. Um, this one, my next one is kind of related to what you mentioned about like the little Nate girls' night. It's girl sleepovers. Well, more specifically, the the period around 2, 3 a.m. when you're sleep deprived, you're tired, and you're delusional. And you're just completely unhinged. And you're not in the right state of mind. You don't know what you're doing. You should not be saying what you're saying at all. But like that like level of bonding is you'll never have it outside of that one like time period in like the early morning where you're just spilling out your darkest, deepest gut secrets and like telling your friends things that you never thought you'd tell them just because you're in the same room at 3 a.m.
Yeah, and then they start stealing your blanket, if you know what I'm talking about.
Isabella still
Guys,
insists that I'm a blanket stealer.
Maggie is a blanket stealer.
I
Like,
don't
you can
think
spill all your
I
deep, dark secrets, but let me have some more. I'm just
am.
joking.
One
No,
time,
I totally
one time,
agree.
me and Isabella were in the same bed for like a little conference trip. I woke up at 7. She was not in bed. I checked my phone and she sent a text in the group and she was like, at 4 a.m. and she said, Maggie looks so cute when she sleeps. That is creepy. That is not what I mean by 4 a.m.
Girl
girls.
sleepovers, right? It's girl
It
sleepovers.
only
It's
applies
fun.
when both girls are awake, okay? Aside from the stalking, girl sleepovers is just like you just trust each other more and you just want to spill everything to each other and you like help each other through it and it's like therapy. And again, this does not happen at lunchtime. It does not happen at 6 p.m. It doesn't happen at school. It's only at this very little state of time.
It's a different level of like female solidarity, I feel like. Okay, my next one is really, really I don't remember what was going through my mind when I wrote this, but I just put we don't bald as easily as men. And but I feel like it's true. It's true though, right? Like men genetically bald. Okay, if you're a biology teacher, like correct me, but I'm pretty sure men genetically bald easier than women do when we age. And I feel like I like to have that win. I like my hair. I like that I can have my hair when I'm older. Yeah, that's my
Haven't you
next
said
one.
that your mom's called you out for having a bald spot?
Oh yeah, my mom did say I have a bald spot. But in general, I may be an exception, but in general, women do not bald as easily as
I mean,
men.
there's a reason it's called male pattern balding and not female pattern balding.
Exactly. Exactly.
There was this one. Okay, sorry to drag this into it because I know you hate when I talk about this. There was this F1 reporter who wanted to do a
Oh.
study to see like which helmet drivers used and if it correlated to how much they were balding. And I wish he did that I know he said he never did because how do I go up to someone and ask, "Are you balding because of your helmet?" I wish he did that. I don't know why he didn't. I need to see the results. Daniel Ricciardo is so bald, and it terrifies me. And I need to know what helmet he is using. So there's like a correlation.
Well, it might not be because of the helmet. It might just be because he's a man. So,
If there's any
yeah.
guys watching, make sure you have a really good hair care routine.
Take care of your hair.
Take care of your hair. Um, that's okay. That sure is girlhood, I guess. My next one is like sharing makeup with each other, or even just doing each other's makeup, or doing makeup together. It's just so cute. I also listed three specific makeup things, which is lip gloss, but I think all girls is such like a girly girlhood thing, where they're like, "Oh, can I have some lip gloss?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." I was like, and like highlighter because it's glittery, and then glitter because it's glittery. Because
I think you
I
just
like
really
it.
like glitter. I also like glitter.
I like it when girls just want to make each other glitter. You know, that's so cute. So yeah, just like doing each other's makeup, doing your own makeup in a general position with each. Oh my god. Okay, the morning after those late night sleepovers, and you're in a bathroom and you're getting ready with your friends.
Aw. Okay, I don't want to go back to the washroom thing, but I'm gonna go back to the washroom thing. Like, for the makeup, like, fixing your makeup or your hair while you're in the women's washroom, and just another random woman just doing it beside you, and then you just have, like, the most random conversation in the world while you're, like, fixing your hair or doing your makeup or whatever. I think that's just the sweetest thing, because, you
Like
know, you're probably never gonna see this woman again, but.
never. But I think it's especially similar for like school bathrooms, because you know school air does everyone dirty.
Oh, yeah.
You just go in the washroom to wash your hands, take a piss, and then you're like fixing your hair, and you're going like, ah. There's a girl right next to you also trying to fix the school air. She's doing the same thing, and you're like, aw, we're girls, we're just girls. It's so cute. Was that your bathroom? Was that your bathroom bag?
I really like women's washrooms. Okay, my next one is talks with your mom. Okay, okay, guys can have talks with their mom, right? But I feel like girl talk with your mom, it's just such a special thing, just such a unique thing. You can talk about girl things and get girl advice from your own mom. And I think it's just such a sweet connection that it really can't be replaced.
Like, whenever I'm in like a car with just my mom and we drive for more than 10 minutes, I just have the urge to spill out everything I've been thinking and doing and
Yeah.
like to her. Like some things I'm like, yeah, I don't have to tell my mom about this. I'm in a car with her alone and I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna tell you everything. I feel like that's just a girl thing, like bonding with your mother. And I think like a mother-daughter connection is just something that like sacred. I've seen so many little like TikToks about this, but like more sad. Like the sad female daughter relation quotes where sometimes it's like a daughter, that one where it's like a daughter and a father will like laugh at their mom together, but that won't like let the daughter escape the same fate. That one makes me sad every time I see it. But anyways, yeah, mother daughter relationship, so important.
Like even for some people, maybe it's not their mom. Like it can be any
Mm-hmm.
female role model
Female,
they have in their
older
lives,
female.
like your aunt, your female teacher, just anybody. And that type of connection is just, it's always
Just
going to be there
talking
for
to
you.
women who have gone through the same things you're going through, and have the exact same thoughts, exact same feelings, been in the exact same position. It's just like a whole new level experience. Because there's some things about being a girl that can't be vocalized. Like we're doing an episode where we're vocalizing girlhood, but there's so much that we cannot have on like a notes app, right? There's so much that we're not going to be talking about. So I think that kind of role model thing that you mentioned is so important. My next point is when you're going out with your friend and one person offers to pay this time and then the next time the other person pays and the next time the first person pays and you just keep trading the same money back and forth and no one knows how much the other person owes. No one cares. They just keep paying back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So there's like the same $5 going between you two for like years.
Constantly when we go out, I think, oh, I should pay this time because of that one time where she bought me. Oh, wait, but then the other time I bought her, and then it just keeps going. And it's just a very, very long chain of events. Eventually, I just forget that I was thinking about who should pay. I was just thinking about the memories, and that's so cute.
It just keeps going back, like it's just very cute to think about. Like it's also like a trail, you know, like that money trail. It's like what you mentioned, the memories we've gone through. Like so cute. That's a girlhood thing to me.
Okay, my next one is making flower crowns. Okay, I have so
What
many
year are
memories
we in
of
right now?
kindergarten for me. I mean, I feel like all through elementary school I did this, but just like being in kindergarten or elementary school or whatever, sitting at the park with a few of your girlfriends and just like picking flowers and putting them in each other's hair. You know, like that one
My
scene in Rapunzel where all the little kids put the flower in her
oh,
hair.
I love
Like that.
Rapunzel. Rapunzel is girlhood.
Rapunzel is
But
girl.
one of my memory of flowers from being a little girl was being too dumb to know how to make flower crowns. So my like best friend in primary school would make me a flower crown because I was too stupid to make one. Girlhood. Um, Next one is when you and your friend go to the mall and you just walk around and buy nothing for 4 hours. You walk around and you window shop and you look at all the stores. You go in, you try things on, and you do nothing. And the only thing you end up buying is like lunch. Girlhood.
I love window shopping.
I love window
Window shopping
shopping.
is so fun because it's like scrolling on Amazon endlessly, but in person. It's just
And you
something
gotta try
so
the things
great
on,
about it.
and you gotta be like, not feeling it, like you were gonna buy it in the first place. That is girlhood.
My next one's kind of similar to that, but like a little bit different. I put diversity of clothing because I feel like girls just have a lot more clothing choices. Like, sorry guys, but we do. It's a fact. Like I
Okay,
guess in a way it's
wait.
a bad thing because the clothing
Have
industry is like
more? Do girls have more choices, or are they just better at styling clothes?
okay. I feel like this is it's kind of a bad thing too because the clothing industry is very marketed towards women, and I think in a way that can be a bad thing. But I also feel like it's a good thing because you have so much choice in what style you want to be, what vibe you want to be every day, and I think that's a beautiful thing.
By the way, we've done a podcast episode on this about consumerism and fashion. So
Yeah,
fun.
and
Um,
fashion is nice too.
but
So.
yeah, I do think like there's a style for everyone out there. Like girls, they just like they find a way to express themselves so freely, and it's so wonderful. And it's like, oh, you what you put on your body is like who you are as a person, and that's so cool. But I'm upset because you stole my next point, which is skirts,
Oh,
dresses, fashion magazines. They were just three keywords. Basically, just like I love. This is very specific, but just skirts and dresses. To me, that's just like I don't know how girls like skirts and dresses, but I love skirts and dresses. It's like that's so just like childhood roaming through a flower field, flowy, elegant, and like the kind of stuff you see in fashion magazines too. You're like, oh, that's just what being a girl is about. Like it's very cute, and it's one of my favorites.
yeah. I mean, I don't think it's totally universal. Like you said, some girls might not like wearing skirts, but I think every girl does have their kind of choice clothing that they just feel good
Mm.
in. Guys have that too, sure, but I feel like a lot of girls have a special kind of like unifying feeling with their clothes almost. So,
Mm.
yeah, for
Just
sure.
like this particular vibe that they just like identify with. Love it. But like if I go up to a girl and I'm like, "What are you wearing today?" They'll be like, "This one I got from my grandmother in the '80s. This was the skirt I thrifted when I was in Kelowna. These are socks that I found in my attic." If I go up to a guy, I'm like, "What are you wearing?" They're like, "I don't know, my mom bought this." So
Uh,
it's like a big
the
girl.
stories behind it. Yeah.
Sorry behind it. His clothing
Um,
can just mean a lot.
that's true. Okay, my next one. I don't know how many people will understand this one, but Sophia the First. I just feel like okay, it kind of shaped my childhood. And I feel like a lot of girls did see Sophia the First as a role model. Maybe it's just me, maybe it's just me. But
I
I
love
feel
Sophia
like
first.
she's just such a princessy, we can do this kind of girl.
Mhm.
And
Did you
I want
ever
to be Sophia the First.
I also want to be. I still know this theme song by heart because when it trended in 2020. I was a girl in the village doing all
Village
right,
doing
and I
alright.
became a princess.
Your
Anyways,
princess.
did you ever watch Modern Family?
I love Modern Family.
Did you know that Alex Stumpy was the voice of Sophia the First, and then Cam was the voice of the horse?
You're kidding me. I didn't know that. That's
I
so
found this out
cool.
yesterday, and I've been waiting to mention it to you, and I just got my chance.
Oh
But
my
yeah, um,
gosh.
Modern Family reunion side. I also love. Like personally, I did watch Sophia the First, but the like the girly princessy TV shows that resonated with me the most had to be Ever After High. I adored Ever After High. I still rewatch it to this day because I'm like, yeah, that is peak girlhood to me. And like Barbie movies. I loved
Oh,
12 Dancing Princesses. I love Charm School. I love the Pearl Princess. I love them all. Basically, as you're saying, these are like little female influences, and they were wonderful. Um, my next one is a bit more serious, but I just have female solidarity. But I mean it more as in like a no matter how much you hate a girl, you despise her with all your guts. If you see her in like trouble, if any girl sees another girl in trouble, you're gonna look out for her. Like, instinctively. Like you don't care if this girl like despises your guts or if you despise her guts. If you see her in like a position where she needs help, you're gonna help because that's what girlhood is about.
that's so true. It goes back to like almost the pad thing, I feel like. Like suddenly all your drama or anything like that just goes away and it just goes to the core of being a girl.
Because when
Right.
every girl has like so many other issues just like against you for being a girl, there's no time for there to be fighting within girlhood. There's no time for that. There's no room for that. Unification, unionize. There's just so much more to deal with than that.
That's so true. Okay, my last one, it's kind of two-sided, but I put girls are underestimated. Obviously, that's not
Hmm.
always the best thing, but I feel like from a certain perspective, girls being underestimated, it gives you the chance to break expectations, and it almost gives girls a certain type of motivation. That, like, things aren't just handed on a silver platter to girls a lot of times, and they have to work harder to get the education they want, the job they want, and I think it sometimes gives girls that motivation to be better, and I really like that.
Kind of dating back to like the whole mother-daughter point you brought up a few points back. When I was growing up, my mom's always told me like, of course, I'm gonna push you like more than your brothers because you have so much more that is against you than your brothers do. Because like again, that's what you said. Like girls are so much like seen as like lesser, so you have to fight so much harder. But at the same time, like as you said again, that's the motivation. That's like the kind of fire. That's the kind of thing that makes people want to start a podcast about feminism, right? So um, I really appreciate that being one of the points too. I have another point because it was uneven and Isabel could not think of an 11. It's just the word Pinterest. I really like Pinterest, and I know a lot of other girls love Pinterest. So of course I'm gonna bring up Pinterest. Like I could scroll through Pinterest for months on end. Are you a Pinterest girly?
Just making little mood boards of each aesthetic. That's so cute. I love that.
Mm. But my Pinterest has been kind of mean to me recently. Because if you go on like your search thing on the app, it'll give you like suggested for you. And my thing's always been like how to fix your life and like how to stop being lazy. I'm like, what are you trying to say about me? But other than that, we don't have much beef and we love each other. And I love Pinterest and Pinterest is girlhood. You know,
Yeah, I feel like Pinterest isn't only for the girls though. I know a few guys who use Pinterest too.
I do not know any guys that use Pinterest actually. I would like to see a guy's Pinterest mood board. But good point, as in a lot of things we mentioned about girlhood also apply to boys. We can't leave them out of the conversation. They would get mad. But of course, they're just things that I feel like we unify girls. But there's a lot of guys like the things we mentioned. A lot of guys like a lot of stereotypically like girl things, and that's like fine, you know. Today in class we were watching Mean Girls because we had a spare block, and our teacher is not normal. And the guys in my class were more invested in Mean Girls than me and my friends were. And we loved that movie. But the guys were going insane. They were like cheering whenever something happened. They'd be like,
Oh my
whenever like a
gosh.
plot twist would happen, they'd be like recapping the plot to their friends who had just walked in. And they were so into it, right? Mean Girls is for everyone. Mean Girls is girlhood and also for the boys too. Boys love Mean
Remember when
Girls.
we were at our guy friend's house and they gave us a Netflix remote and then we immediately put on Mean Girls
And guess who
and
loved
they
it?
they they didn't want to watch it at first, but they got
They
into it.
loved it. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Boys love Mean Girls. But yeah, you know what? Boys, if you want to be a part of girlhood too, it's nice over here. Girlhood is nice. Everyone is
Yeah, don't go
welcome.
into the women's washroom though.
Anything else on the list is okay. Okay.
All right. Thank you for watching.
Bye bye. What an odd.